Here you will have free English, French, and job videos to increase your skills and to immigrate to Canada. Every day you will have videos with grammar rules, articles, exercises and tips for you to use during your busy day. And as you have them, you can improve your English, French and your job searching skills. By enrolling with us, you can have more explanations, examples and exercises to prepare yourself for international exams required to immigrate to Canada. You will have templates and tips for your job searching. By taking all this, you will increase your chances to nicely settle in Canada. Check our website link in the description below of this video. You will have these videos in a partnership with Canada Smart Mind. Subscribe yourself to receive every video you want to understand and to be understood. But sometimes it is not that easy. That is why you have to learn the 3 basic elements of communication: how to work with the executor, the action, and the receiver, and that is what you are going to have here. You are going to see 1. A grammar rule to know how to say your things. 2. A text to improve your pronunciation. 3. An exercise to consolidate your knowledge. You will learn how to speak and listen to English and French. You will have free videos of English and French and how to settle, especially in Canada. That is why it's very important to click on the bell icon to receive the latest videos and to subscribe to us to promote our channel. Do you want to get rid of your language concerns? Here you improve your 4 skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking to get a higher score on international tests, to improve your career abilities, and to immigrate to Canada or any other English or French speaking country. Pay close attention to this video to find out how. 1. Grammar rule. Grammar rule explanation. What is pronunciation? Pronunciation. Noun. The way in which we pronounce a word. Pronounce. Verb. To make the sound of a word. Writing. Pronunciation refers to the way in which we make the sound of words. To pronounce words, we push air from our lungs up through our throat and vocal cords, through our mouth, past our tongue, and out between our teeth and lips. Sometimes air also travels through our nose. To change the sound that we are making, we mainly use the muscles of our mouth, tongue and lips to control the shape of our mouth and the flow of air. If we can control the shape of our mouth and the flow of air correctly, then our pronunciation is clearer and other people understand us more easily. Speakers of different languages tend to develop different muscles of the mouth for pronunciation. When we speak a foreign language, our muscles may not be well developed for that language, and we will find pronunciation more difficult. By practicing foreign language pronunciation, our muscles develop and pronunciation improves, as well as creating correct vowel and consonant sounds using the muscles of our mouth, tongue and lips. There are other important aspects of pronunciation, including word stress, emphasis on certain syllables in a word; sentence stress, emphasis on certain words in a sentence; linking, joining certain words together; intonation, the rise and fall of our voice as we speak; note the spelling of the verb pronounce, and the noun pronunciation, not pronunciation. Now, here is the grammar rule that you can use while you are talking. Remember, you got to have the grammar rules, the pronunciation, and the vocabulary to sustain your conversation. I wish I could say some nice words and cool you down, but here is the thing: you have to go deep into your practice to develop your skills to talk. We post here the basics of grammar, pronunciation, and vocabulary. So hit the subscribe button and bell icon to receive the other videos and increase your ability to speak. Also, contact us to see how easy and cheap it is to enroll in our teaching program, where you can have videos, exercises, and books to support your work and to increase your performance. And share this video with your friends and help them out too. Text, script, and the audio file.
A Chinese scientist has shared some details about moon rock samples the country brought to Earth late last year. The samples were collected by China's unmanned Chang'e 5 spacecraft, which launched to the moon on November 23, 2020. It returned to Earth 24 days later, bringing back about 2 kilograms of moon rocks and dust. The material was collected from an area known as Oceanus Procellarum, or Ocean of Storms, on the western edge of the near side of the Moon. The area is believed to have had intense volcanic activity in ancient times. Some of the samples were collected from the surface, while others came from a drilling operation that reached about 2 meters deep. The mission made China only the third nation to collect lunar samples, following the United States and the Soviet Union. The last such mission happened in 1976, when an unmanned Soviet spacecraft collected 170 grams of moon material. America's Apollo program, which first put humans on the moon, landed 12 astronauts over 6 flights from 1969 to 1972. Those missions resulted in astronauts collecting 382 kilograms of rocks and soil. Scientists from China's Lunar Exploration and Space Engineering Center have been examining the new samples. They are seeking to find out how old the material is and what compounds it contains. The team hopes the information can help answer questions about the Moon's past volcanic history. It may also provide information about when the Moon might have lost its magnetic field. Some of the samples were sent to China University of Geosciences, where doctoral student Uji Chen took part in the examinations. Chen recently provided information on the material during a presentation at the Europlanet Science Congress. Chen described the moon samples as very diverse, saying they included several different kinds of rock material and minerals. About 90% of the material was considered local, meaning it came from the landing site or its immediate surroundings. Chen said the local samples were mostly made up of mare basalts. These dark gray rocks are believed to be the result of ancient volcanic activity that took place over much of the near side of the Moon. This finding was expected because of what we already know about the Moon's history. But the scientists noted that the other 10% of the material is considered exotic. These samples contain very different chemical substances than the local materials, the team reported. Chen said among these are distant impact materials that could have landed in the area as a result of space objects hitting other areas. The team identified other exotic parts of the sample as volcanic beads. A statement by the Europlanet Society on Chen's findings suggests this material might be linked to areas already identified as volcanic eruption sites. One of the sites could have been up to 230 kilometers away from where the Chinese spacecraft landed, the team reported. The statement said the samples may help scientists better understand records of other parts of the lunar surface, as well as hints of the types of space rocks that have impacted the Moon's surface. The exotic pieces may also provide more information on the age of the area around the Chang'e 5 landing site, it added. All of the local and exotic materials among the returned samples of Chang'e 5 can be used to answer a number of further scientific questions, Chen said. He added that with the rocks and dust, we shall deepen our understanding of the Moon's history and help prepare for further lunar exploration. I'm Brian Lynn.
Remember to go to the description and check the links for Canadian companies searching for employees outside of Canada. Also, you have a link for our contact in the description. Since you only can count on yourself, make your inscription and hit the like and the bell icons to receive our latest videos. 3. Exercise explanation.
Wiz first details about first moon rocks brought to Earth since 1970s. Who was the last to collect lunar samples before China's latest mission? United States, Soviet Union, European Space Agency, Japan. Correct. Soviet Union. What is one thing scientists hope to learn from the new moon samples? Details about how the moon gained its magnetic field, the level of current volcanic activity on the moon, information about landing sites for future missions, information about the moon's past volcanic history. Correct. Information about the moon's past volcanic history. What materials made up the biggest part of the samples? The identified as local distant impact material, volcanic beads, mare basalt material. All of the above. Correct. Mare basalt material. How did the scientists say the exotic and local samples differed from each other? The local materials were likely spread over a much wider area. The exotic samples were found to contain small levels of liquid. The local material samples came in larger, denser pieces. The exotic samples contain very different chemical substances. Correct. The exotic samples contain very different chemical substances.
Tell us your questions and pretty soon, you will see what we have to say. Leave your comments about this video, and we will know what you like and what we can do to better help you. Thank you for watching this video, and be sure that we will be with you in this journey to turn your dreams into reality. Keep up there and write your story. I'll see you at the next one. Bye for now.